Hello, everyone. This is a game about dragons, and I have a pun about dragons that didn't just fly out of my mind like a dragon with wings. My name's Philip, and I'm the Dragon Master, and I'm joined by several wonderful dragons who are surrounding me all around with their own wings and talons and breath weapons and preferences in what liquids their talons can generate. Roar hello, dragons.
Hello,
Dragons.
Hell.
It's been a while since I did that.
Hell, everyone. Hell, everybody. That's what I said.
Hell indeed.
Hell, yeah.
Hell bell.
Hell's bells.
Oh, no, I need- I forgot the dice I need.
Yeah, everybody get your D8s. While you're doing that, I'll just go ahead and do, haven't done this in this one. We got the Dracula's Castle Adventure Calendar. I got it in time for October, so I've been opening it one per day, and you'll just have to be subjected to this while it's in season. Now, I've been giving this opportunity to the other tables, and I will do it for you as well. I do not know what the benefit will be, but there will be one if anyone correctly guesses. Thus far, we have had a D4 with a bat and a moon. We have had a D6 and a D percentile with mist. We have had a blood-soaked D8. So it's like kind of like a red and black thing, but the 8 is blood dripping.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And yesterday off stream, there is a wolf D20. So far symbols we have seen are blood, wolf, mist, and bat and moon. I can remind you of what things are, but if anyone would like to guess what is going to be here in box 6 today. Yes?
Fang D12.
Fang D12. So you're saying there's a new one entirely.
Sure, why not?
Sounds good. A Fang D12.
Have the sizes all been different too?
So far, yes, actually, it has been, I've had D20, D8, D6 percentile, and D4.
What was on the D20?
The D20 was a wolf.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Red wolf.
Aw. Why
I'm
is
going-
it a pumpkin? I want something to be a pumpkin.
Well, this is specifically a Dracula set, so it's all very Dracula themed. Previous years have had pumpkins.
pumpkin.
I'm sorry. So Vanda is voting a Fang D12 is guessing.
I'm going with the bat for D6.
D6 bat, wonderful.
Yep.
You also don't have to vote if you don't want to pay. You know, it's just, this is just too
D6
much.
missed.
D6 missed. That has already come out.
What about blood?
Blood, yes, there is blood. There has been a blood D8.
Okay, I vote blood D20.
Blood D20, Fang D12, Bat D6 by Pierce,
Bet D10.
Bat D10. Jed?
Mist D4.
Mist D4.
Okay.
Wait,
All
no.
right. Huh?
Wolf D4.
Wolf
We're gonna come back to
D4.
wolf.
All right. Well, then we're going to open box 6
I'm
here.
gonna laugh at all of you when it's a pumpkin, when he opens a pumpkin.
It will be really cool if it's a pumpkin. However, we do have a D10. I think one person said a D10, and that was Andrew. What kind of
That was me.
D10 did you say?
Bat.
Sorry, but it is a wolf.
Oh!
Did say wolf.
Thought wolf.
We're close.
Thought
We're
wolf.
close.
Good guess.
Thought Wolf said bat. Inaugural roll. An 8. Not bad. So, there we go. I will be using the Blood D8 in tonight's game. Bloody 8.
I love it.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was an okay.
Blood will
joke.
shed tonight.
Blood will be shed tonight. That's true. Blood and shadow are sure to be shed. So, it has been a couple of weeks since there was I had some travel situations and things. But when we last met our intrepid dragons, they had returned victorious from their trip to the Shadow Realms with vital information, as well as in exchange for kind of getting them out of a predicament they'd gotten into in terms of just kind of being flat shadows, a mission to potentially a sort of a mission that would be nice for them to complete, but that they're under no obligation to capture the penumbra of Iador, a portion of the shadow that is, it is not vital for Iador to be able to sort of continue on. The penumbra just makes it much easier to kind of split into the different shadows that Iador has. In the doing so, you came back, spoke with Orgianthrar and Hygareth and they're all these dragon names are so weird. But Zeamoth, yes, and Lakessa. The point being, the dragons wound up, these ancient elder worms, wound up sacrificing an orb of dragonkind, a full-on artifact, in exchange for a powerful divination, an epic spell called the Truth, that would provide you sort of the ultimate unerring key. It's kind of like a divination. It's kind of like an augury type thing where it won't lead you astray, and it will sort of give you the more you put into it, the more you'll be certain of. And you were told the precise locations of all 4 of the Shadow Master's current shadows, and which one of them held the penumbra. And to your frustration, it was not the biped of shadow in Vulcrum on a jagged castle hill, the one who, as it turned out, caused the entire Grim Hunt to come after you in the first place. Elon seemed really excited about going after that, but sadly that is not who held the penumbra. It was in fact the original form, now shadowfied, of Iador, a giant. And to make matters worse, this giant is right outside your door, under the tremendous plain of 1,000 strikes that you flew over to get here on your first journey, where there's this smell of ozone and these crackling thunder and lightning from within the ground. That was the penumbra itself, as has been revealed. There was a lot of there was some momentary controversy going on amongst the dragons. You all had a very clear sense that Hygareth, that red dragon, that she was not on board with this divination, and now learning about the penumbra and learning that you had a device to capture it, she really was like,
you have 2 devices, right?
You do have 2 devices, yes, but the idea that you had a means of... What's that?
Who has them?
I will let you guys say. You could easily trade those amongst you however you want to be holding them, but you have... You were given 2 just so you'd have a backup, kind of. You don't need them both to do the capture. But you all, with many high rolls kind of onto her, sort of about what she was up to, you strongly suspect that she is planning something. To the point that when this horrifying shadow giant cracked itself out of the plane of 1,000 strikes, Lord Buku Bazan did call out dibs. The other dragons were, of course, saying, okay, well, if this is happening, if Iador is here, we will have to go. And they were saying, kind of almost like, well, maybe you guys should go do this, or we'll do this. Because there are these 3 tremendous dragons, but the 5 of you have called dibs on this biggest, most present threat one. And that is where we're going to kick things off. If everyone can make sure they have their names as their character names. And also, let us roll what I'm going to go ahead and say is probably more important than typical, a luck roll for the evening.
I just want to say, I rolled triple trinket on my luck roll.
You got a triple trinket. So that gets you
triple trinket.
That gets you 6 lucks for the day.
Very excited by that.
Pretty high about luck.
I got nothing.
Then you have 3. You have half of Lord Buku Bazan's luck. I'm so sorry.
Pair of 4s, pair of talismans.
Pair of 4s. Very good. You'll have 4 for the day.
No, none of them.
3 for the day. Elon, how did you do?
First roll, I got none.
I'm
So
sorry.
I thought, what would it have been if I didn't?
I would say having 3 of you not get a single pair, I think that's the worst the group has ever done.
Judgy.
Bodes well for the fight ahead. All right. So, it's a little judgy, but it's also, it's also what it is. So, I'm actually going to ask you guys sort of a kind of procedural or kind of almost like meta question, because this is all going on. To what degree do you think you care about or want to participate in the distribution of what other dragons are going after the other 3? Like, do you guys care about that, or because you have called dibs, or Gianthro sort of looks at you as you say that, and there seems to be a certain respect of, all right, they're gonna try it, we're gonna, they're gonna you have accomplished amazing things. You're the ones who brought them this information. You're the ones who have sort of gotten them to this point where they've known enough to do this. And so you are the ones who broke free of this curse already for yourselves. So they respect you. And there are 5 of you. And as we all know, action economy matters. So yes.
I will propose this in character, but, send it through a look to everyone. I said we just fucking go. And, fuck all the rest of it. Let's just take this dude down. Let them sort out the rest of things.
I am this close to going into my primal fury. This close.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, everybody. Flight formations? Yeah? Flight formations?
You do have a formation, and Legok will say, "I do not know what assistance I can give in a fight like this, but
Is
wait, you didn't get Legok.
here?
Legok's still in the place.
Legok is not here.
Legok's not there.
Yeah.
Then
And
just
do we even have formations anymore?
I do feel like I hear Legok in the back
You
of my
can
mind.
hear Legok drilling you on your formations. I will say that if you guys do if you want to do a formation, I will give we'll give some cool mechanical opening salvo benefit to that. I'll let you guys do that if you want to fly out in formation.
Buko lock eyes with everyone just to make sure there's agreement, and then
I do
if
love
there
the
is
teamwork.
Yeah.
if there is like in a movie, we all just take off at the same time.
All right. So in that case, I have
Just
to roll.
decide who has the devices, and then.
Oh yes.
we can
Go ahead and say. Let's say that now. Who will be holding
I believe-
those 2 devices?
I'll hold one.
Maybe somebody who has really good movements. I don't know. That might be useful.
I would suggest Tongart has one because he's probably the hardest to kill out of all of us.
Okay.
Fair.
We'll see what I can do. But yeah.
Well,
and then-
I did make it so that I don't have 2 in coordination anymore, so might make it easier to
There we
get out
go.
of the way of some stuff.
It's good too.
Here we go.
But yeah, I'll take 1. So Alon and me.
Yeah.
Tongart, go ahead and give yourself 1 power back. I think at least a 6-minute period. Maybe give yourself 2 power back. We'll say sort of 12 minutes passed since our last kind of whatever thing. It is your regeneration is really good in general, but kind of in a fight becomes a little more
Doesn't matter in a fight.
unmatched. It doesn't matter as much. Okay, well, so you guys have some. You all have some power to you. The lowest is, I think, Tongart with 32, and 2 of you have 40, and 2 of you have 48. So you guys are pretty beefy here at this point. That's the good news. The bad news is sort of, the entrance to this place is beginning to crack and rock. So if Lord Buku says we're going, did I hear it right that Tongart has 1 device?
Mm-hmm.
And who has
Yes.
the other?
Apparently, Elon.
Elon. These
We all feel
capture
very good
device.
about that.
You guys have the
Yes.
capture cards with the penumbra.
No, don't worry about that at all.
Nothing
Well,
to worry
here's what I think happened. Because Alon is the one who made this deal, so I think Alon would have been given the device in the beginning. I doubt he
I
would
think
have
that's-
given it up.
That is a good
yeah.
point. He might have handed over the spare, but yeah, he would not have. He would not have let go of 1. That is very logical.
And honestly, he's probably the most trustworthy to ensure that we actually take control of whatever this prize is.
Don't worry, we're gonna be dead in a.
All right.
Soon,
So
anyway.
as you guys prepare for this massive battle that is to come, because you're opting to not participate in what they're going to, I'm just gonna make 1 sort of roll on their behalf. But the 5 of you are flying out into formation, sort of to the cracking thing you're about to exit. You have seen through this sort of illusory. Oh, Shishu, good question here. Don't know how relevant it'll be, but just to be clear, are you still wearing the crown of the forest that makes all illusions look real to you and causes you to trip out all the time?
Oh.
Is that a thing we're wearing
No,
into the
I
battle
think
today?
I should remove that. I think I need to
Okay.
focus and go into a primal fury, and I can't do that and also trip on acid at the same time.
Don't sell yourself short, but I understand. Okay, perfect. Removes the crown of the forest.
I forgot about that.
So the primal fury hits harder. I love it. All right, my dragon friends. You begin to fly towards that sort of front entrance. there are, we won't even have you roll for it because you're in a formation, so you kind of have a heightened awareness of what's going on. But, huge pieces of rock and stone, as the sort of whole ground is rumbling, are falling around you, and you're having to slightly adjust, kind of move the formation as the 5 of you fly in this harmonious way. But eventually a larger piece begins to sort of cave down, cleave off, and you all kind of split, some over, some under, but eventually you leave the cave of the Haven entirely, and now you are out, looking over what was once the plate of 1,000 strikes, but has now been shattered, and standing in its place is a massive figure of pure shadow. It is sort of from where the plate was, it's from there it is waist up, and it is easily the size of, it is at least 1,000 feet tall, just from waist to head. This is a massive, kind of primordial representation of shadow. This thing is.
Could we actually wish it to be small?
If you would like to use your wish against this, you absolutely may. XigXag, if that is a thing you'd like to do right out of the gate, to wish this thing smaller, you definitely can.
Yeah, but would that reduce its power?
That is something you don't know. But
Yeah.
wishes are precious, and if you want to use it for this, you definitely can.
No, I'm not ready yet.
Understood.
You could also wish us all to be bigger,
Or you could wish yourselves to be bigger.
as an opposite way.
Hey, y'all miss Franklin right now? I feel like Franklin always added something when we were riding into battle like this.
So much.
Something feels a little missing,
He was a hype man.
Yeah.
He's leader.
I definitely miss Franklin. Just
Moving
listening
on.
to his little voice just encourage us with his,
Just so relentlessly positive.
always,
Always encouraging us.
Lord Buku, I would imagine there is something you would like to do before this fight begins, as you now see you.
I would, actually. I would like to analyze our opponent, please.
Wonderful.
Thank you
Yeah,
for the
actually,
reminder.
me too. I'm looking for a vulnerable spot.
Well, you can do it.
Vulnerable.
This is a class feature of Lord Buku's, is the creating this plan
Oh.
of attack. So go ahead,
Never
Lord
mind.
Buku. Let's do our analysis. Other people can do other things here, but let's see how this goes at the beginning. So you are doing an analyze. This will be contested against the deception of Iador, which is of course very low.
What's it cost to reroll the whole thing? 3?
Whole thing is 3.
That was really bad. Yes, that's better. We'll go with quadruple weapon, please.
With a quadruple
Yes.
weapon. You can tell, Lord Buku, that this being is very canny and very clever, but a quadruple will best the deceive that I have rolled for this creature in this moment. It probably just has to do with its sheer size. It is kind of just moving in such a big way that it kind of cannot hide anything from you, that Iador cannot sort of keep its kind of general vibe. So you can begin barking out to your teammates that,
All right, this is the plan of attack, everybody.
yes. And that means everyone gains, in fact, because
Legs,
of your,
arms, eyes, go.
because of this, everyone gains 2 bonuses on their first attack roll against this creature
Ooh.
in our first sort of round of this fight. I'll even go one more because you've beaten it by so much, and because it is kind of still, you see this like massive shadowy arm is just kind of like punching sort of the wall over it and setting more stuff down. Though it is now aware of you and is turning to fight, you will have, your team can go first in your initiative attack. You guys may make the first attack against it.
Is something like an investigate would be any useful to see if there is a good spot to attack?
Go ahead, XigXag, and you can do an investigate roll, just as I'll throw that in for free. If anyone else has sort of things like that they'd like to do that are kind of more conceptual before you get into the fight, I'll let you throw that on as kind of as like while Lord Buku was doing his analysis and sort of telling people where to go.
Can I do a preparatory ward? One of my protection ward things.
Yes, you may. Do you have to do those protection wards? Oh,
just,
you know what? Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. If you, I'd say you could.
I'm only gonna do one.
Oh, you're only
I'm not
gonna
gonna do a
Yeah,
whole-
go ahead and do one on that. Who are you warding?
The person who I feel is most likely to get in the fray and get damaged.
Lord Buku?
Shishu.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. Uh-huh.
So Shishu, I'm gonna put a ward of protection on you.
Thank
So
you.
basically, anytime you would take damage, it basically takes 3 points of damage to reduce 1 point of power.
Yeah, and that also is really going to really play into Shishu's primal fury, which I assume you're also entering, Shishu.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I don't know about this.
Because
We so
she-
rarely fight.
Yeah, so,
my
'cause-
attacks will have 2 extra dice I can roll.
2 damage
Right?
reduction, but yeah, that's yeah. And then, but then the next part is big. The next line. Your attacks. You don't get extra dice on the attack, but your attacks count as like stronger for their resistance. But
Okay.
don't worry about that. But what you do get is you get to buy bonus dice for only 1 power a pop, and whenever you spend power to avoid damage, you reduce that by an additional 3. So like
Oh, jeez.
stacking with what Tongard has given you, you'll be able to what you guys really want is for Shishu to take these like absolutely haymakers, because Shishu can reduce those to a
I
pretty
think we just
way.
sextupled her health.
Yes, effectively. Yeah.
Okay. I might, to begin with, need a little guidance on that.
Understood. Yeah, we really don't have big fights like this so much, so there you
We
go.
don't.
Really, the way we should be
I
ending
am in a
this.
primal fury rage. Do not talk to me.
Well, we have not tried to talk to see if there's just a task we can do for him.
Yeah,
Let's send us up.
really, what you should try to do is see if like he'll let you become a deity or whatever. No. So basically, XigXag, how did you do in your investigate?
Triple artwork.
Triple artwork. Artwork is about intention and sort of the inspiration of this. I think, XigXag, you know that this being of shadow, you've encountered these shadowy things before. You think your mind quickly starts moving away from like, is there a weakness, to more what are its strengths, and based on some things you might have witnessed when you guys were in that first shadow and some understandings, you really think what you want to make sure doesn't happen to any of you is you get put inside of this thing. You
Yeah.
really don't want him grabbing you and pulling you within, although maybe someone like Shishu could handle it. You also suspect that while sort of the magical attacks that you all can create will have some effect, certainly your breath, certainly putting light into this thing will reduce, it has a huge well of shadow, but your dragon breath can, dispel it. It's just, he is so big, it's going to take a lot of dragon breath to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, but as for a
Isolate
weak point,
in-
there's not you don't think there is a weakness, because it's kind of just nothing but the dark. So friends, we're gonna do your within team initiative in the following way, but I will let you guys sort of kind of, you can change the exact order if you'd like. What is everyone's move score? What does everyone have in move?
4 plus 1.
4 plus
7.
1 dragon. Okay, so Shishu, you're gonna get to be the first to move here and first to act. Elon, what do you have?
5.
Elon has 5. What do you have, Tongart?
6.
6, great. And then XigXag, you have 4. You have 3, but 1 is a dragon die, or 4, but 1 is a dragon die.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So actually, let me put XigXag.
Should I roll my move?
You don't have to roll the move. It's more just kind of like this is literally like who's reaching
Just
it, who's
going.
getting in
Okay.
position first now that you're going.
Got it.
And it's I'm using this for initiative basically. And we'll say Lord Buku, you're at the end of this.
Oh yeah.
Great. Okay. Perfect. All right. So Shishu, as you
General
guys
in the
have
back.
gotten into this, Shishu, you see this creature just sort of like rearing up ahead. You can fly in and just make an attack.
I would love to do that.
Cool. Just try to hit it as hard as you can.
Yeah.
You're going to get a bonus on this from Lord Buku, so I don't know if you have this many, but you get to roll 10 d8s and change one of them after the fact for free, and you can change more post that if you so choose.
Okay, I have 9 I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Oh. And then I'm just gonna take one that doesn't match anything, and just
Perfect.
re-roll that.
Reroll that one.
For the okay, that didn't help.
Okay.
And then I can take how many and re-roll?
You can take any one of the dice there and change it to any other number for free.
Okay, so then I'm gonna get a quadruple gemstone.
Quadruple gemstone will be great, and because your DR is currently 3 with that, that will definitely be a substantial. That will be a very substantial strike. So roll me a d12 if you have one handy.
Oh.
And if you don't, we
One
can
moment.
let you roll other dice for that.
Oh, 10.
10. All right. So basically, Shishu just kind of in this primal fury, this kind of, predatory, furious thing. Shishu just swoops out into the formation that Lord Buku had done. The rest of you are kind of flying this complex pattern all around your foe. You've probably all flown up a fair bit just to kind of be up in that area rather than getting, pulled into the thicker area below. So as it's kind of like looking and sensing this, Shishu does manage to just do this absolutely brutal first pass across the sort of chest of this thing, kind of the upper chest as you fly, wings flapping like crazy. And it sort of staggers back, kind of, sort of stops what it's doing, and now it is sort of paying more attention to the rest of you. Tongart, it is your turn now.
I will follow suit and not waste these strategic maneuvers. So I'm just gonna do a drive-by with my magma breath.
Oh, perfect. I love it, yes. I love that, the magma breath. This song is too contemplative. Hold on. Yeah.
Let's go with. There's 3 pair here, so not great. But,
always a thing. Well,
we'll go with talisman.
Talisman. So as you sort of send some magma into it, the magma seems to snuff out and just turn to cooled igneous rock. As soon as you've breathed it kind of into the body, it just it seems you don't even see a faint glow within. It just seems to have sort of absorbed that with no effect.
Well then.
Yeah.
All right.
So far what we've learned is a 4th degree success gets you something, but a 2nd degree doesn't seem to. And speaking of 2nd degree, Elon, you are next.
Did it look like? So it looked like it was the degree of success for that, not necessarily just the breath weapon is.
The fact that you have. Oh, I should be doing this the way I. This will actually make it harder, but I'm not doing it the way that damage reduction works here. Although, what is Tongart? What is your damage reduction for your breath weapon?
2.
Okay, then actually that would have been fine. So basically, yes. You technically, I should have taken 1 die off of that. Elon, you're not going to have to lose any die because you have damage reduction 4, which means you are at the point where you're not getting any penalties for how much stronger than you this thing is because your damage reduction is so high. I assume you're making a breath attack.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-oh, he's gone.
Andrew, we can't hear a
I just-
word you're saying.
No. Oh, I lost my dice rolled under my desk.
He was under the desk.
It's a
I
mess.
heard him muffled. I
It
heard
was
like
my
a man in a box.
It was my dragon dice. All right, here we go.
You got 8 total. Oh no, you have 10 total, Elon.
10?
Because of Lord Buku Bazan, whom you disrespect so much, he gave you a plan of attack, and unlike last time, you did listen to it. In a previous fight,
welcome.
you chose not to listen, but this time you had no choice. You were in a formation.
Oh no, this is horrible.
Uh-oh. Well, you could,
Okay.
if it's really bad, you could just spend 3
No,
and
no.
reroll the whole thing.
It's okay. I'm not gonna spend. It's 10. It's 10 total plus my dragon dice, or
No,
or...
10. It's 10 total, and you may change 1 after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get 2 more. 2 more. Okay. Oh, okay. That is a quintuple artwork.
Quintuple artwork.
Yes.
5 of a kind.
5 of a kind.
Well now. Okay, 5 of a kind will be a big deal then. So as you basically just, like, as you just channel this breath to, you know, absolute furious kind of, just, you know, the sort of what Tongart did kind of didn't really make a thing, but this actually has a bigger impact. And again, you can see sort of shadow, like sublimating off of him as this kind of eerie, just as you, where do you think you're placing this kind of sort of, you know, run of flame?
I think it's like, I'm going to try to get around to the back as much as I can.
Oh, okay, so you're up the back. I love it. All right, cool. Go ahead and roll. You got a 5th degree. Roll 3d8. 17. Yes, so basically Shishu starts with this brutal first shot, and then as Tongart kind of harries with some, just isn't quite enough, then Elon, like, it's like almost blinding, except your dragons, you like fire, is this flame just arcing up the back as he's kind of...
got a big breath. Big breath energy.
Big breath energy. Oh, boy. XigXag.
BB.
It is now your go.
Okay, I'm gonna use my breath arrow.
A breath arrow. So yes, XigXag can be really further back here. And your breath arrow, you are gonna, you won't be getting the full benefit of this, but you are gonna have 10d8 total for this first attack for free, because Lord Buku gave you the plan of attack. So this was all kind of Lord Buku's like, you do this, you know, kind of, we go around here and everyone just at once, and you have definitely gotten the thing's attention, and he's very angry.
Okay, and I have 1 dragon die with that, so
You do,
it's
so you get to
4
change one.
artwork.
4 in artwork, a 4th degree will be good, and you have a, you know what, I would have taken 1 away, but since you had the +1 on top, everything's great, so you're good. I'm gonna get, next round, I'm gonna pay more attention to that, that's a Philip thing. For now, XigXag, excellent, you do manage with a 4th degree. Give me, let's do, go ahead and roll 2d8 with that.
A 6 and a 3.
6 and a 3, 9 points. Great. All right. Cool. Lord Buku. So as everyone else has sort of done these attacks, and it's kind of, you're like, oh, whoa, this is going great. You see the thing is sort of staggering and kind of has been hit, but at the same time, you may have a disconcerting feeling that you have... This is more something swiping at a mosquito and not having, like, been dealt a horrible blow thus far.
Understood.
But mosquitoes
well,
can't kill.
this is
Yes,
this
slowly.
is the plan. The malaria, everyone. Plan malaria.
Yeah. I
what
would
we're
rather
going
be
for
a
here.
killer bee, but, you know, whatever.
Yes. Well, I suppose I shall also use my breath weapon.
Great.
Especially on this open one where I have a couple extra dice. So, and I get an extra one because he's bigger than me. That
You
makes
do. Oh, wow.
Happy.
You actually get, and you can purchase them for,
rather.
and it only costs you 1 to buy bonus dice.
It does. Well, actually, for this one, since the opening salvo, I'll purchase 2 extra little dice, and we'll go with a full 10
The full
spot
10?
on it.
The full 10.
And I'm gonna kind of take a swipe at its eyes, see if I can't
Okay,
do
cool.
some
So
blinding
there's been
action.
some backs, there's been some this. You're going to try to get to the eyes. Go for it. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So let's see how this works. Cool, I guess. Triple success in gemstone.
A triple success in gemstone. All right, go ahead and roll. Roll a.
You know what? I'm gonna spend 3, and I'm just gonna reroll. I'm gonna see
Reroll
if we
the whole
can't
thing?
get a little better.
Hold,
I'm not gonna do another 10 spot again, so we're just gonna.
Sure. Yeah, you make your first big one count as much as you can. Yeah.
4 in artwork.
A 4th
quadruple
degree in
success in
armor. Great.
artwork.
Give me 2 d8s. Roll 2d8 in damage.
Okay. Sorry, using the online roller makes it a little
Yes, it happens.
trickier. 12 damage.
Not bad. All right. So the good news is you guys have sort of dealt enough damage that it would have killed any one of you. from the outset. But the bad news is you're up against a bigger thing than you, and you suspect it may have some kind of, well, we'll get to that later. However, at this point, you have sort of done this plan of attack. This is where things have been sort of this kind of like I'm not going to call it a surprise round, but it's kind of a sort of, you kind of came out and hit hard, and now it's kind of getting its bearings and sort of sensing that you're all here. The only one of you who attacked at very close range is Shishu. Though I imagine that Shishu would have yes, Lord Bugu?
I'm sorry. Do any of our breath weapons secondary effects affect this thing?
You know what? I am unfortunate. I only you and XigXag have secondary effects with your confounding and your stuff, and it just isn't gonna. Yeah, this is it's one of those things where it's like you've got the cool psychic stuff, but it just doesn't. It's not. This is unfortunately.
Cool.
It's always irritating, but that's how it goes. All right, Shishu. You are the closest to it after having done your big initial thing, and kind of just it is going to be swinging for you with one of its tremendous shadowy arms, and its hand, already huge, seems to like expand in size as it's kind of reaching for you. So Shishu, you have two options here. I think I know which one you'll do based on where your stats are. You may either try to evade, which means you will sort of keep your position close to it, and then be able to, so which will kind of make it easier for you to come back and attack next time, or you can just do a move to like get the hell away from it. Actually, I guess your move is only one better than evade, so
yeah,
you'll need a better success in evasion because it's a bigger thing, and it's not easy to just get around.
I guess I'll move then.
Go for a move. All right, so you get to roll 7 on this.
Okay. Oh. And what can I spend to re-roll some things?
Well, right now, to spend to re-roll, you can spend 3 power to just re-roll the whole thing. If you didn't find it a very good opening roll.
No, I'll spend 3 power to re-roll.
Love it. All right.
I don't love it. I just have 2 pair.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Artwork and weapon.
Tongart's thing is going to be useful here because you're not going to have to spend so much power to sort of go against it. So that's the good news. But the bad news is he's definitely he is grabbing hold of you, and not only that, he is not only grabbing hold, he is like pulling Shishu in toward him. He's like it looks like he's gonna try to like eat Shishu basically.
Wait, he's gonna eat me?
He has grabbed you and he is pulling you sort of toward his maw.
So how much damage does that do?
We will get to that in a moment. The being grabbed by him alone, oh boy, is 30. But
It's divided by 6, so it's 5?
It's 5 for you, yeah. So don't get hit by this guy is the main thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
That's me out.
I rolled very high on that. You guys also, I'm not even having Shushu do this because I allow you guys to do resist injuries as well when you get hit. I'm not going to have Shishu do that just because there's it's technically not 6 every. We won't get into it. Okay. But we'll go with that for this one. So Shishu, you get pulled, but now he is trying to like put you into his mouth. He's trying to like opening his jaws to try to swallow you. So Shishu, go ahead and give me a I'll let you do let's do a lift. That's kind of fun. Okay. As you're like this is you kind of like at the shadowy amorphous stuff. You're just trying to beat your wings and try to like prevent yourself from getting put into the mouth.
Oh, okay. Triple trinket.
Triple trinket. Great. His best is also a triple, so I will say that the tie goes to you, not, tie goes to status quo. So basically we end his sort of first sort of turn here, having used one hand to grab Shishu. and he's trying to eat Shishu, but Shishu is like fighting against that kind of. So Shishu's sort of effectively grappled or effectively in place, but is managing to like stop from being consumed. But now
I'm a fighter.
He's out and he's going crazy. He's a big guy. So it is at this point that I have to make one other roll real quick. All right. This is probably a bad news, good news situation for you guys. Or actually, let me rephrase that. This is a good news in the moment, bad news now. As you guys are sort of pausing here, witnessing this kind of like insane, like, oh man, this thing's big, and he's like trying to eat, and Shishu's like fully just like almost submerged in his palm. Another massive, swirling, corkscrewing gout of flame, even larger than the one Elon put out, hits this thing like in the chest, and you see a tremendously sized ancient red dragon is also flying forth to participate in this fight with you all.
It's what's her face, isn't it?
Higareth is here, and she seems, she has come to join you, which is good, but might be a problem later. But so as I go ahead and get into that, let's have Shishu. It's actually your turn.
Oh.
So if you'd like to, I'll tell you what, Shishu. We'll do this in the way this system works. Okay, first of all, if you would like to, you can attempt to both harm it and escape from it. If you can, what you need here is 2 different successes that are pretty high, like 3rd degree basically successes to both break away from it and to harm it while doing so. Okay. You can make an unarmed combat roll, and you can spend 1 power to get it up to 10, because you only have to spend 1 for your bonuses right now. Okay. You have and because it's 3, that is you're at its damage reduction, so you don't have to take the penalties for his bigger size, because 3 is the threshold of those. Okay. So go ahead and make your roll. Ideally, what you'll have are 2 3rd-degree successes after changing some dice around and maybe spending more power if necessary. But that would allow you.
So on the one roll has to have 2 3rd-degree successes.
You need 2 3rd-degree successes, and this is why we haven't really played this game mechanically all that much because we all just like talking. But this is why you would want to have 2 dragon dice in a single skill, so that you could guarantee yourself big big successes for 2 things all at once. Yeah.
Okay, well, I did get 1. Can somebody roll a d8 for me?
I got a d8 for you right here.
Tell me what it is.
5.
Great, okay. So then, what can I spend to turn 1 more into a 5? So I have 2 triples.
2 triples, you could spend 5 more power.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'd recommend that. That's a good.
Okay, great. So I have 2 triples. Artwork and tome.
Artwork and tome. Wonderful. Okay. With that, you do manage to go ahead and roll 3rd degree. Go ahead and roll it. I had you roll a d12 last time, just so I would have you be barbarian. You can roll a d12. I'll tell you what. You can roll a d12, or you could roll 2d8. 2d8's better, but it's d12 is slightly high. Yeah. I was splitting it up for a while, but let's just 6. Wonderful. Okay, so you do 6 there. And you also do break free. It was distracted enough by that and just your own strength. You kind of claw at it and you kind of flap away. You're certainly now like still in its area, just with whatever sort of movement you have here, but you have managed to break free and you're sort of swooping away from where the hand was. So you have broken your way away. Okay. Higareth is also kind of not taking place in whatever sort of, now the formation's a little broken since she got crap, but Higareth is just kind of coming up and sort of looking at you all like, all right then, so it seems that we have chosen the largest foe. Tongard, it's your turn.
Yeah, sure is. All right, I think I'm gonna make another drive-by with my breath, but I think I want to sort of target specific areas, seeing that last time it turned into like igneous rock. Mm-hmm. Is there a way I want to specifically try to go for its eyes. So that even if I don't do a lot of damage, I start to like rock, like
Well,
It goes blind.
It didn't turn to rock like on it. It's like you breathed into it. You saw your
it
magma.
just like dropped.
You saw your magma
down.
like, and then just pass into it, into the shadow.
Gotcha.
You didn't make like a crust on it or anything, sadly.
Okay.
Which is not to say that the eyes are not a good place to try to magnify. It's more that the heat, you didn't put out sufficient heat for the shadow to just stuff it.
No, I understand. I'll still just try to like fly by and hit its eyes and keep moving.
Sounds good. Yeah. And then I think about you guys doing breath weapons. I mean, XigXag has the furthest range, I think, with the arrow. But for the rest of you, you guys are not having to get into like immediate arm's reach, or you can do it and then back out of arm's reach. Unlike she's kind of a little closer. So go for it, Tongard.
That is just going to be a pair of gemstone with DR2. I don't know what that matters.
Well, DR2. So first of all, if you have DR2, you should have had one penalty on that roll, so that's on me for not saying that. Secondly, a second degree, once again, your magma is like, the heat of your magma is just not sufficient. So, sadly. Yes, Les Surbuku.
Can I do a calculate roll on that to maybe bring back later on my turn?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and do a calculate as you do that. Anything else you want to do, Tongard? As you're kind of
Not
just
right
like,
now.
it swats even away, kind of, that, it doesn't even, it seems like a second degree success just isn't enough to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
We will now go to Elon. So Elon, you saw your sister nearly get eaten, but then she sort of flew away and hit it again, and now Hygareth's there, which you're not loving. So what would you like to do, Elon?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and when you have a winning strategy, you just want to continue with that winning strategy. So, do I still have the +3, or no? Is it just the first round?
Just the first round that you get the bonuses from that.
Okay.
Yeah. But you have no penalties, which is nice. So you're breathing again?
Yes.
Love it.
That is very lucky to get a straight.
Straight, free reroll. Reroll for free roll.
All right.
I gotta remember that.
Still.
I always forget to.
Not fantastic. Man, oh man. Okay, well. Yeah, that's blah. Is it possible to be worse?
You have 8 dice, so actually it's technically, the worst you can do is a straight, or is a straight, but then you get to reroll, so the worst you can go with is a second degree success. Oh, but you have a dragon dice, so the worst you can do is a third degree success. Strictly, like, mathematically.
Yeah, so I have a third degree success. A triple tome.
I'll also throw this out there now. I know it's not a thing. I realize I'm going to give you guys a little edge on gemstone. If gemstone is ever what you roll, because that is brilliance and light, I suppose I should give you some edge on the 3s. Okay. However, a triple, go ahead and give me a 2d8. As you guys are just sort of putting 12. Hey, you're rolling good on those at least. Alrighty. So, XigXag, your go.
Okay, do I get a penalty here?
You will actually get a 1 die penalty at this point.
So I have to take a die out of it?
You have to remove 1 die from the thing, or spend power to keep the die in.
How many powers?
2 power to retain your die, basically. Because basically, his size thing, every single roll you make, you should be getting 3 penalties on. But your damage reduction, based on the strength of your thing, is taking those penalties off. So if you have 3 or 4, you don't have any penalties. And if you have 2, you only have 1 penalty.
Never mind. I still have the dragon die, though.
You still have the dragon die.
So that is a quadruple trinket.
Quadruple trinket. All right, XigXag, where were you hitting this time?
I'm trying to hit The wrist
The wrist.
of
Oh,
his
that's great.
of
Okay,
his-
quadruple.
of
Go ahead and
his
roll.
hand that. Yeah.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll 3d8.
Oh, 15.
15. Wow, that's pretty good. All right. Lord Buku, I'm gonna let you take this at the end here.
Oh, all right. What I'd like to do is, first off, after watching Master Lasso struggle on 2 attacks of his, after watching mine be less effective than I had hoped,
Yeah.
and also watching Shishu and well, basically the other 3 just kind of rock house. I was wondering, the reason why did the calculate roll, which I got a pair of artwork in, was to kind of figure out, is there a way for me and Master Lasso to team up, combine our powers to make them strong enough to do some effects as a duo?
Ooh.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. I'll say with a 2nd degree success in artwork, because artwork is good, but it's kind of the intent. It's not like the harmony would have been great for team ups. Gemstone. Think that coordinating between the 2 of you with your sort of, because neither of you breathe as hard or as serious as the others, that could probably be useful. You also, though, wonder if perhaps Tongart, with his religious power, perhaps enhancing your flames with radiance of some kind, with like a holy light. Your knowledge of Arcana. I should have let you put some Arcana dice in that thing for whatever.
Oh.
But basically, I'll say that, yeah, it kind of, you don't know the exact way it would do, and you might need to, like, kind of, honestly, you might need to spend this turn not attacking and, like, flying over to him and talking about it. Because you 2 maybe could work together to do some more, while they're dealing it, just where they're kind of chipping it down, maybe you guys could cook up a bigger thing. And perhaps Elon could, too, if you wanted to talk to him about it, but you also might not want to talk to him.
Well, I will spend this turn. I'll head over to Master Lasso. If Elon is nearby, I will share my thoughts, and perhaps the 2 of us at least, or the 3 of us if possible.
Lord Buku, give me a luck roll. We'll see where you guys are positioned.
What I'm talking about. That would be a double coinage or a double trinket. Both, really.
Coinage or trinket? You know what? We'll say 2 successes works here. The coinage means you can get close to Tongart. The trinket means you can also get close to Elon. So, yes, I will say that for this turn, basically, you can kind of fly over and you can call them in for a huddle.
Master Lasso, Elon, here, come. I have an idea.
So, will you both kind of go over there and chat?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Always good for a huddle.
So as you guys sort of huddle together,
Yada yada yada, radiance, yada yada yada, holy energy, yada yada yada, brightness and light.
in terms of timing, we're gonna
teamwork.
In terms of timing, we're gonna do it like this. Okay. You go there. Iador is getting another turn. Iador's just been hit in the wrist by XigXag, and I will say that's actually going to give Iador a couple of penalties on trying to grab a Shishu again, who is also flying away. So as he's kind of turning and doing that, and now he's kind of just looking around, understanding that they're not there, he is going to instead attempt a more sort of AoE, a wave of shadowy energy that he'll hopefully it will do much less damage, but maybe hit more of you. So basically, in a typical giant way, he just kind of stomps at some unseen point below, and as well, clapping his hands together. You know what, though? I'm legit giving him a penalty from XigXag with the wrist, though. He doesn't want to hit too hard.
It would hurt him.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, he'll actually XigXag. Vanda, I'm gonna let you make the choice. Would you rather he pull that and not hit it as hard, or would you rather he go ahead and hit it as hard but take some damage because it's hurting?
Not hit as hard.
Not hit as hard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so I'll give him a couple penalties there. Oof, my God. Wow. That is about as bad as he could possibly roll. Because on the 8 dice he got to roll for that, it's 4 matches. So he can't build up anything from that. So, he will, that will literally just be a wave goes out against all of you. Go ahead and dragons, you can all dodge or move, your choice. Move means you're kind of getting further. I will say, though, for Buku, Elon, and Tongart, the three of you all need to do the same thing if you wish to stay together. If you don't
Where
care
is
about staying
dodge?
together. Dodge
Can
is
we
under...
evade?
Oh, evade. So sorry.
Is still don't know where it is.
Merciless, Elon,
Oh,
what is it you two wish to do?
I prefer evade.
I prefer
Move is
move.
better for me. Evade's not awful anymore.
That's
mo-
my
I-
move
I
is
can-
awful.
Okay.
So
My
let's
move is
have-
3.
Let's have the three of you evade, or Tongart, you could just fly
Evade.
away, but then you sort of
Evade will work. Evade will work. I'll take.
see your
That
evade.
seems like the
And
most
Shishu, if you
equitable.
could give me a move or evade, whichever you'd prefer at this point.
Okay.
I guess you
Do I-
probably want to try evade if you'd like to stay close so you can attack again.
How about me?
Yeah.
Am I in the range too?
Yeah, everyone like this is like gonna hit like the whole thing. He's decided a thing, but it's evade if you're it's whichever one you'd prefer. Just move means you're moving further. Oh, I have to roll for
Literally doesn't matter, apparently.
There we go. Oh man, Hygareth gets a 4th degree. Just spin a move.
What degree do we need to succeed?
You won't need a super high degree for this.
Well, hopefully gemstone gives me an edge because I only got a pair of gemstones.
Gemstone will in fact give you an edge. A pair of gemstone, you're gonna be all right.
A pair weapon, so doesn't
A
matter.
pair of
How
weapon, maybe a
about
little less.
how about talisman? Is that good?
I mean, it's protection, so I get it,
What-
but you know, it's against a shadow.
what if-
so...
Okay, then I'll
Buku
a
and
pair of
I-
gemstone.
Pair of gemstone, gotcha.
What if Buku and I evading both have a pair of weapons?
You both
That's-
got a pair of weapon.
Yeah.
That
that be-
will not help you at all. But it makes it more fun. Like if Elon also got weapon, that'll just be like a cool little fun detail. Elon, how
No,
did
I
you
got
do?
triple trinket.
Okay, so Elon kind of sort of whoops up and kind of
But I could lend a weapon to them. Oh, I also got a full house pair of trophy as well.
pair of trophies. Okay, great. So
I'll take that extra weapon you have hanging from.
for those who got the pair of gemstones, I'm going to say that you do manage to just have enough in your evasion or your movement, whatever you're doing. You have enough to just slightly get out of the way. You're both gonna get charged kind of like a courtesy 1 power to like avoid taking damage, but it's
Just
Okay.
reroll.
it's
What
kind
am
of
I
a thing
doing?
like that. For Elon, you manage to roll out of the way and you're fine. For Tongart and Lord Buku, you both you don't get hit by the full wave of it. Like you manage to like turn a little. It's no matches. You'd be taking the full thing, but you do both take. You have to spend 5 power to avoid sort
Oh,
of
that's
like
not so
taking a
bad.
bunch of damage from that.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
It would.
Can
It
really
we
should just
roll
reroll.
resist injury on that?
That I think to me resist injury is when you're like hit with a thing like this is kind of area of effect that's just kind of like whatever you're just you're
okay.
digging deep to do it. That's when you're like you've been like Shishu could have done that, but she had such nonsense anyway. I was like, forget it. All right, so the good news is the 3 friends are still together, kind of buffeted by that wave. Hygareth is still together. Hygareth will also, noticing that 3 of you are going together, she kind of will take another swoop and attack at this guy with a full fury of her breath. And while that's happening, Shishu, you can go ahead and do... Oh my god! Hey guys, Hygareth just got a 6th degree.
Ooh,
Jesus.
And not
Wow.
only that... Yep. Hygareth rolled... She has 1 dragon die on her breath. Shocker. She rolled 5 3s. Which is gemstone. Brilliance. So Hygareth will lights this guy up with a sort of thing as she maybe sees that like he might do that. You guys doing that, she's like, you get a sense just that she's like, okay, let me like really keep him over here and not attack them because it looks like they're up to shenanigans. So she's trying to give Tongart, Elon, and Lord Buku some cover from whatever you're doing. Great. Okay, so in the meantime, Shishu, what would you like to do?
I mean, I guess I make a melee weapon attack.
Go ahead and do your claw attack. Go for it.
Yeah. So I can roll 8 plus 1.
You can roll 8. You can roll 9 total, or you could spend 1 to roll the full 10. It only costs you 1 for the bonuses because of your considerable primal fury. And you have no penalties because your primal fury ups your weapon attack all the way to 3, which is cool. I feel like I haven't described a damage reduction.
Oh, man,
dice.
I got 3 pair.
3 pair. Isn't that the worst?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened to the bad guy a turn ago, so I really feel your pain.
But I can't re-roll the 1 dragon die. Can I re-roll that?
The dragon die you could change to make one of them a 3rd degree, so you'd at least do some damage and hit.
I would like to do that.
Cool. So what were the pairs you rolled?
So I got talisman,
Okay.
trophy, and tome.
Child's Movie Tome. I'm going to tell you, no real difference between those, so you'll get a 3rd degree success. Go ahead and roll 2d8 for me.
Great.
Yeah.
12.
12. All right. Nice. Okay.
And there's nothing else, like, there's no other, like, creatures around us that we've accidentally killed that could be gobbled up, are there?
Make a look roll under your vitality.
Okay. You know how good I am at that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you actually got 7 dice. You're not so bad.
I've increased.
Oh, you improved. I'm really focusing on my mindfulness, so I'm actually much more observant now.
It's part of my self-care routine. Triple gemstone.
With a triple gemstone, Shishu, this would be a real, like, you'd kind of be taking yourself out of the fight. You could dive down to the shattered ground below and maybe gobble up one of the kind of elemental earth creatures that are sort of, scattering around there. You doubt
I would love to do that.
Okay,
and how
cool.
much power would I regain?
If you eat one, I think you get
around half to a quarter of my size.
You get 5 power back every time you eat one of those, so you could go on an eating spree. I'm not 100% sure that eating Sure, you know what? If Shishu wants to,
elementals are surprisingly filling.
I mean, they are that. But the question is,
they're very earthy, but they're very, very eco-friendly.
Maybe some of them do have some like fungi growing on them, so it makes sense.
They have essential minerals.
So Shishu, after kind of Shishu, basically you do another kind of flyby attack, seeing that going and needing some stuff. You're going to sort of dive bomb down to that. So your next turn, you won't be up here with the monster or whatever. You'll be kind of down there eating some stuff. We'll roll that when the time comes.
Okay, great.
XigXag, I'm actually going to have... Tongart technically goes next, but I'm going to have XigXag go next here, and then I'm going to let the 3 of you do whatever you're up to. Kind of whatever you're spending this turn planning. So XigXag, you say Shishu did that. No, Shishu's like diving down, and you're kind of like, I don't know what that's about. Hygareth is also there, this huge red dragon. So XigXag, you're still kind of, you dodged okay. You got a little tagged with that wave of dark energy, but you can shoot your breath arrow if that's your plan.
Okay, I want to just zigzag around so I'm not exactly the same spot.
Oh, yeah, you are. I mean, it's right there in your name. Yeah, you were zigzagging all over the place. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm still aiming at that wrist.
Yeah. Oh, you're still going for the wrist. Wow, okay.
That's I'm rude. Trying to sever it. Maybe his hand will fall off or something.
Sure.
Get the commitment.
Let's see. What is better? Trophy or tome?
In this case, I think it's 6 of 1. Neither. Doesn't matter.
Okay, then 3rd degree in one of those.
3rd degree. Go ahead and roll 2d8.
11.
11. All right. So you've put some. Yeah, you've put some. You guys are putting some hurt on this thing. All right. So at this point, Tongart, Elon, and Lord Buku, the 3 of you have kind of, flown to a thing while you're seeing XigXag shooting, you see Shishu diving, you see Hygareth kind of swooping around, kind of trying to summon more tremendous breath. What do you guys want to discuss? We'll have a little scene here as you discuss what you're up to.
Well, so you all want to imbue your breaths with radiance?
I think that, but from what I can tell, it seems that the shadow creature, radiant light of some sort, that variety will be extremely effective. And so if we have that at our disposal, should only make our attacks stronger.
Well, in my experience, sort of tapping into that energy has always been about listening to your own breath. So perhaps if you can, perhaps that's some sort of guide you to into sort of listening to your breath, and maybe that'll awaken a bit of that energy in you.
I'm game. That's a Master Lasso, lead us in.
Yeah, so Philip, I'm
your
basically asking, I guess, to lead them in some sort of guided meditation so they can sense their own breath as part of the teachings of the furtive breath.
Interesting. All right, go ahead and. Oof, this is not an easy.
Because I'm not really a cleric anymore, so I don't know. I can't just cast holy weapon, right?
You can't, but we could go ahead and. You can add, of course, you can add your furtive breath bonus to this thing. I'm just trying to think what the. I mean, I guess maybe explain. You can pitch another skill, but that seems to be what you're doing, is you're trying to like talk them through this.
Yeah, I could make something for perform, but if it's like a ritual.
It's a ritual. Make a luck roll for me, Pierce.
Sure, why not?
Can I help him with his luck roll?
Pair of 8s.
With a pair of 8s, there is you do recall a ritual for sort of like imbuing breath with sort of like, powers and light and kind of making your sort of flame burn brighter kind of vibe. You do suspect that you as one who can actually channel will probably need to expend some power to do that for them, and you'll probably have to expend you'll have to sort of succeed on a spell casting roll, because you do cast spells, you have this sort of stuff, so you'll have to basically do a kind of like it is almost the equivalent of like a holy weapon, but it's like a holy lungs kind of things you're doing. So go ahead and do this explain for me.
Explain, okay.
Yeah. I think it's no. Your luck was in. Sure, it's a perform. Yeah, you can start talking through.
So perform plus furtive breath. Got it.
Perform plus furtive breath. There you go.
It's 9 dice. Let's see what happens. There has to be at least one match.
There does.
Though I could theoretically roll no matches on a D8.
No, what you could do is you could roll 4. You could roll 4 pairs.
You can reroll straights.
Sure could roll 4 pairs.
Yeah, but he rolled 4 pairs, so that's not a straight.
Not,
exactly.
No, I did not. That's not great, though. I think it's worth a reroll. Was it 3? Yeah, let's just reroll. I only got 2 pairs. That seems like we can do better than that.
I would really think you could.
We believe in you, Master Lasso.
Well, I appreciate that very much, Buku.
Let your positive energy carry us forward. May your naivety guide us well.
His
Yeah.
pure heart.
The more you talk, the less it feels like a compliment, but I appreciate that all the same. Okay, so we have a 3rd degree success in coinage, a 2nd degree success in trophy.
Okay. 3rd degree in coinage.
Yeah.
All right, so amidst this madness, Lord Buku and Elon, Tongart is trying to guide the two of you in this means of sort of connecting with this religious thing. I guess I will ask you both, Elon, obviously, or Lord Buku, you were like, let's do this, we need something, so I assume you're in. Elon, are you open to this?
I feel like now's the time to begin my spiritual journey. So yeah, I feel like
Good Lord. All right, love it. All right, so Elon and Lord Buku.
I'm in my,
You're in
in
the
my
phase where
sitar era.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm looking at Lord Buku's, and it's You know what? I'll even do it like this. Lord Buku, why don't you give me an analyze roll?
Yep.
And Elan, why don't you give me a detect vibe? Let's just see
I'm
how
just
this
trying to
feels
teach you
to
to eat,
But
breathe,
you know what,
roar,
Elan?
you know?
Just because I know that you're going to be trying to do this your own way, go ahead and add your disruption bonus. I know that you're going to try to, like, let me just fix religion real quick.
Do I get to add Wyrmlothian culture for this
For your
amazing
analyze?
for the breath?
Sure. You've probably witnessed some of religious things like this. I should also give you all penalties for this fact that this is happening in a battle zone, but we'll just waive that at the time.
Perfect. Quadruple artwork.
Quadruple artwork.
I would, if it's at all conceivable, would love to be able to take this furtive breath and have it applied to my claws rather than my breath, since my breath is not nearly as effective as my claws seem to be.
Understood.
If that's possible.
So, Elan.
Furtive claw.
Quadruple brilliance.
Elan, you are able to do the breathing exercises that Tangard are requesting. You're able
I
to
am
breathe the way he is.
instinctively connected to my massive breath weapon. Yeah. It's just the size of the instrument. It's a very specific timbre.
There's really big breath energy going on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Tangard, you believe that you actually can infuse Elan with a sort of divine light. You can transform his fire into a more elemental light. You know, air is light. I don't know what that means, but it's a tenet of your religion. So basically, yeah, you think that you'll be able to maybe, you know, when basically, like, this will sort of be a coordinated thing where you will handle the magical sort of transformation and Elan will just try to breathe with, you know, absolute abandon. Lord Buku, unfortunately, you do not think there is any way to have the breath go into the claws. But what you do wonder, being a dragon, and being a very sort of careful, cautious dragon, is you might be able to, because we sort of said you guys all have sort of the fire stuff, you think it might be possible for you to try to, like, catch some of the flame on your claws and use those for more, you know, kind of a sort of a more dexterous kind of, you know, like, let me catch some fire and do some precision attacks. You think that's a thing you could maybe try to do? It would be a thing of, like, you'd also kind of have to wait for Elan's turn and flame up your hands and then go and do this.
So I can't do the furtive breath, but I could maybe catch some of the Lord's breath.
Exactly. You can, yeah, you won't be able to do that, but you can maybe catch some of that radiance and then use that to, you know, perhaps you can kind of try more strategic things, even though this thing just seems like a huge ball of shadow. Although with Elan's help, you're like, maybe we can do more. Great. Okay, so with you guys having that plan in mind, and Hygareth having specifically trying to draw its focus from you, I'm going to say that it is not going to the Iador is not going to use his term attacking the three of you. So he really only has two targets. One is XigXag, and one is Iador, or one is Hygareth. So XigXag, give me a luck roll, and I'll roll one for Hygareth as well. First, I'll see if Hygareth gets any luck for the day. Hygareth has no matches, so Hygareth.
I have a pair of 4.
Talisman. That's protection. That's good for this. All right, Hygareth's rolling 3 dice. I don't have a luck roll for Hygareth, so as Hygareth is doing this, he is going to reach out for Hygareth the way that he did for Shishu. I'm just going to make a single roll for this for him, and if he succeeds, it'll be really bad for her, etc. In the meantime, however, as he
Is it a penalty for his wrist?
I'll re-roll with the penalty. That's fine. He still grabs a hold of Hygareth. So he kind of is grabbing Hygareth and sort of doing this, and he's trying to pull Hygareth. I'll say similar to Shishu, he's kind of gotten Hygareth towards the mouth, but it is still an ancient red dragon who's, fighting tooth and nail to get out. But at this point, Shishu, you are swooping down below, and it is your goal to try to eat some elemental earth creatures. So, all right. Shishu, here's how this is going to go. You only need a 2nd degree success for this to work.
Oh, okay. So I have not eaten the elemental earth creature.
No, we're going to roll for it, but so sometimes we were like, oh my god, it's so terrible, I'm rolling all these. Shishu, the best thing you could do right now, you might want to spend 1 power to give yourself 10 dice on this. Your ideal roll would be 5 pairs, because every pair you roll is 1 small elemental that you eat.
Okay.
So
can someone roll an extra D8 for me?
I will roll an extra D8 for you right here. I'll roll the blood one because that's appropriate for Primal Fury.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
I'm sorry, Philip. I believe you've been misnaming these entities. They are clearly dirty dirt people.
Oh yeah, these are dirty dirt people. That's true. You should bless them with your golden water in your mouth.
Well, okay.
God.
I got 4 pair.
4 pair, and you can also change
awesome.
one after. That's with changing one after the fact.
Oh no, I didn't change one after the fact. I got 5 pair.
You can do 5 pair. That's wild. All right.
That's wild.
Well, then Shishu, you didn't need all that, but yes, Shishu, you that would get you. You're back to full as you gobble these people up down there.
Full power?
Well, yeah, because you get 5 each person you eat. So that would be 25. So you didn't even need that. You needed.
Okay, and then I'll head back up.
Cool. So Shishu, you're down there. You'll head back up. You'll kind of be able to come back up on your next turn. For now, you've just you're just like gobbling up these little like magmins or whatever are. What are or like mud mephits? I don't know which small elementals, but all right, so there you go. As Shishu is down there trying to gobble some people up.
I gobbled up this one.
Oh, there you go. So we're gonna actually have Tongart, Elon, and Lord Buku kind of. You guys will be sort of a thing together. We'll have XigXag go after that. So yes, Tongart, would you please attempt to imbue as you see Elon? He has succeeded at breathing. He understands how to do it. You're going to need to make a spell casting roll. And I think this is pretty intense what you're trying to do. Maybe 5 power to put this sort of thing into him.
Okay.
Does that seem correct?
That seems fine.
Yeah.
It's also like a 5th level spell to do with that holy weapon, so sure.
That's
based off of our Filian math.
Wait,
sure.
is holy weapon is a 5th level spell?
I believe so, yeah.
Then Kismet, do it. Oh wait, what is it now? I bet it's completely different.
Would I also add my furtive breath onto this?
That's interesting. You can sure, go for it. Why not? You know what? We're all here to do this.
Also, I think giving me more dice to roll is not really a benefit.
I love how Merciless though is incredibly optimistic and Pierce is incredibly pessimistic.
Yeah.
Well, one of us has belief and the other has evidence. Okay, triple gemstone.
Triple and gemstone. That's a good combination in this case. You manage to activate, channel. It's kind of like into your lungs, out through Elon's, passing through that quiet breathing, that quiet understanding that all dragons possess, that links you all. Every breath you take, as good belongs to me. Every atom belonging to me, as good belongs to you, etc., etc. Some real Whitman-esque dragonry. You have succeeded in transforming Elon's breath into a thing. Now, Tongar, you do suspect that this will, you're not gonna have to spend more power to do this, but you probably have to continue doing this spell every turn to kind of like keep it going. You'll have to keep sort of the power of it going here.
My God.
So you don't have to do, you won't have to spend the power every time, but you'll have to do the spell casting check.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this now so I remember it if it ever comes up, because I've never concentrated on anything since we switched this system. But if I resist an effect that would cause me to I get to re-roll for free without expending power.
I love it. Because that is about to be a thing, don't you worry.
I'm sure it is.
All right.
And I'll just look at Elon and just go, all right, bud, I do what I can, now let her rip.
Elon, this is it. And Lord Buku is ready to, like, has his, like, hands, like, little claws ready to catch.
Like, before Elon lets it rip, can I jump on his back and get my fingers ready to capture some breath?
I suppose so, if Elon's cool with that.
I guess. I mean, you always want to ride the coattails, but that's fine.
All right, Elon.
Yeah, you could definitely use some guidance, my friend.
I'm gonna add. We'll use 2 power to add an extra die.
I love it. Yeah, with your damage resistance, you're there. All right. So as Elon lets loose.
Okay, we've got triple gemstone, and then double talisman, double coinage. So,
Okay.
but we'll stick with gemstone.
Triple gemstone. A triple gemstone certainly will kind of be presenting a type of damage that is more intense. Go ahead and roll 2d8 for me.
12.
12. And Lord Buku, would you make a fine motor skills roll?
Yes. Wow. Triple trophy and double weapon.
Ooh. Then yes, you
Victory. Accomplishment.
You manage to keep it on your things, and then right at this thing, you can now rush in. And oh, your move's not super big, is it though?
That's why I was riding his back to help me with that.
Oh, but he does this like he's far away. You get to breathe from a thing. Nevertheless, you're gonna swoop in. You have enough movement to at least get to the thing. What happens after that,
Perfect.
Who knows? But go ahead and you're gonna do this. So where do you want to make your sort of surgical strike? I will say that you have been aware of one person focusing on one dragon has been focusing on one area on this guy. You have noted.
Yes. Yes. Except I don't really want to go near his hands because that
Sure.
seems problematic.
Right.
So I'm gonna yet again go for the eyes. I'm actually going to land on its face.
Oh, okay.
And since I don't have a lot of move anyway.
Facehugger!
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's me.
You
And
should
then
go
I'm going
the
to
face,
try and
you're going to try to claw at the eyes. Go ahead and make your now. You know what? Your the DR is not going to apply here to you. You're not going to get penalties on this because the flame that you're carrying has the higher DR. So you won't get a penalty on this attack. So go ahead and make your targeted strike, melee weapon precision. You have 7 dice. So you're going to spend extra on this, or you're just going to ride with your 7?
I get 1 bonus because it's bigger than me, and I'm going to spend 2 more to give me a full 10 dice.
Full 10. Do
Full
you get
10,
to-
people.
Oh, and yeah, you only have to spend 1 each because of your being small too. That's great.
Yes,
Cool,
that's
yeah.
going to be a quadruple weapon.
Quadruple weapon. Do you want to spend 5 precious dwindling power to make it a 5th degree? Okay. Quadruple's very good. Roll 3d8 for me.
That's 12 points of damage.
Wow, so basically, what Elon did to it generally, you do to its eyes. That's great. He screams as you sort of cut to his eyes and like the because like he is just shadow. Like there's not like you're not seeing, you know, it's kind of just like the shapes. But as you claw to where the eyes are, you do sort of have this sense of this kind of howling and this rage at this sight. XigXag. Why don't you go ahead and do your? Are you going to do another breath weapon? Or breath arrow? Okay, go ahead and throw your breath arrow here as you're doing this.
Okay, let's see. What is better? 6 or 8?
In this, those are
Doesn't matter.
neither one's better.
Then it's a triple.
Triple? Great. Go ahead and roll 2 d8s.
8 plus 5 is 13.
13. Cool. I will tell you that the damage that I'm tracking the damage separately that Buku and Elon have done versus the other damage. Because as sort of, so basically XigXag was like, and is this again at the wrist again, XigXag? So XigXag like once again is like shooting sort of flaming arrow at the wrist and the, Hygareth. You guys have been messing with the thing, it's been upset. What Elon did elicited a much more like primal as this flame comes in. But then what Lord Buku did elicited true anger and true pain. For the first time you have heard this thing, like up to this point it's just kind of like, it's kind of swatting around just like you're pest and irritated. It is now hurt, it is now angry. And though you don't think it is on death's door or anything, you have now crossed over into the realm of threatening it. To that point, on its turn, Lord Buku with you there.
Been real, guys. Yes.
You hear this voice, this kind of deep, resonant, and it knocks into all of your minds, and it probably even takes you all just sort of a, no actual, won't have a mechanical effect, but it's kind of that thing in when superheroes are psychic feedback. It's that sort of vibe as it just screams out to you on this elemental power with this true ancient shadow magic. It will say, you sort of hear it saying, "You dare? You think you have any power just because you have escaped your nature? Just because you've escaped the gifts I have given you? You think I need to see? No. You are ungrateful creatures. Rather than thanking me for your creation, you attack. You seek to undermine. You have stolen what is mine. And seek to do more. No. I will not accept this any longer." Lord Buku, you do see a massive hand, albeit an injured one, just swinging right into the face where you are. You can try to move to fly all the way out, or you can try to evade. You will need a higher degree of success for evade because it's coming at sort of just more. It's harder to evade something this big.
I will try to evade though.
Give me your evade. And good luck.
Couldn't he just move around the head so it's at the back of the head?
He can, but it's body lengths. You're this big on its head.
Oh.
So as he's you're gonna, yeah.
Do I have an idea of how much I need to succeed by?
2's not even in the question. 3 would be good, potentially, depending. 3 you're probably gonna get hurt, but it's maybe not the end. 2, don't stop at 2. 4 would be really good. 4th degree would be a sort of, you suspect 4th degree means you're sailing fine.
Right. Yeah, then I'll spend, God, I'm going to spend 5 power.
Oh.
And I'm going to make it a 4th degree success in artwork.
4th degree success. So the good news for you is you see this and you manage to kind of do a barrel roll as you kind of barrel roll and then fly up, and you manage to go through the fingers like cresting right. What is this called? What's that part of the
web?
The webbing?
The web, yeah, you're cresting through this kind of crepuscular, shadowy web as you're kind of scraping one of your sort of shadows against this massive hand as it sort of closes on where you were, and you manage to just arc to one side.
Does it hurt himself by slapping himself in the face?
He doesn't slap himself in the face. It was more like a grab thing.
Fair enough.
But so
you made a fatal mistake. All leaders should endeavor to better their subjects, not enslave them.
In response to that, he will instead simply open his mouth and scream. At as sort of like a shadowy sound wave sort of come smacking in the back. I'm going to say this will... Shishu, you're down below. XigXag, you said you're flying around. XigXag, give me another luck roll.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Tongart, Elon, you guys will be sort of in the range of this. Shishu, you're down below. XigXag, you happened to be flying in a place where this kind of Black Canary style sonic wave is going to sort of come your way. I simply need, there's not really even evading this one. I need all of you to do an endurance roll. That is XigXag, Lord Buku, Elon, and Tongart. Oh, Hygareth I shall roll for. Hygareth got a match. Hygareth, not being there, managed to, is not going to be hit for this.
Wasn't Hygareth in his hand?
Basically, he did damage to Hygareth, but Hygareth did damage back and got out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Triple artwork.
Triple artwork, great.
I have double talisman. Should I rank it up?
I wouldn't it's the amount of damage you're going to take from this. Okay, actually, maybe. I just rolled and it was max, so.
Okay, so triple talisman.
How much did you spend for that?
5.
Yeah, if you hadn't, you're gonna take less by doing the 5. Elon?
Triple coinage.
Tongart?
We know that gemstone is particularly useful to get, right?
It seems gemstone's giving you a bit of an edge.
Okay, because I have a dragon die and I could choose between two, so I will choose to have triple gemstone.
Triple gemstone. I'll tell you what, for your triple gemstone, Tongart, you'll take nothing. You won't have to expend anything to avoid. The rest of you will have to spend 2 power to kind of avoid kind of just like the sort of angry, deafening shadow that just sort of reached out at you with this kind of rage. Lord Buku, you're kind of getting hit in the back, but you manage to just take it, and then you're kind of limp flying away as he's kind of getting his bearings. Hygareth on her turn. Let's see, I'm going to say even as Tongart, odd as Elon. Odd. Hygareth swings sort of by you as you're sort of doing your breath, and Hygareth will say, your light breathing is most impressive. That seems to bother him. For as much as you can keep it up, you must do so. You have a device that can capture this penumbra, yes?
Yes.
Give it to me.
No.
We're close. You cannot operate it and also breathe upon it. You know this.
Then I won't breathe upon it.
But it will not be defeated without your breath. You are the key to this whole thing. You cannot do it all.
You flatter me. No, you flatter me.
You must delegate. Give me the device.
I have a better idea. Why don't you join me?
Join you?
Yes.
Go ahead and do a charm, Elon.
I could always use a fantastic vice president.
Oh, I think she thought you meant join you in breathing light.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah. I mean, listen,
That's what you meant.
It's a good comp package, too. Okay.
The benefits of the job, really outstanding.
Sure.
Great stock options.
What are my 2 options here? I will go with triple artwork. Envy, inspiration.
Envy, inspiration, that is certainly an element of it. She kind of sort of nods to you and says, I can also gain this power of light.
Yes.
Where's it coming from?
Talk to Oh, talk to my man Targart. I'll hook you up.
She kind of sees Tongard kind of arcing and sort of, doing whatever weird gesticulations. Oh, actually, you're psionic, so you're just probably, like, doing this to keep the spell going. But she will sort of fly over to you kind of at the end of her turn, and she was saying, can you give me this light in my breathing as well? Can you imbue my flame with this power?
Perhaps. How open are you to meditation?
I am an ancient dragon. I have meditated long enough.
No, good.
So yes, so basically, Tongard, if you're willing to spend 5 more power, your spell casting can apply to both of them.
What a dick.
Oh my god.
If you're willing to kind of up the thing here.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, great. So, as we sort of loop back around here, Hygarat's going to sort of move up into the cluster with y'all. At this point, Iador seems to be, like, getting a little more intense and a little more sort of angry, and you also notice, like, the shadows, the sort of shadowy giant form is beginning to kind of, like, move and change and kind of shift around in an eerie way. Shishu, you're down below.
Yeah.
With your movement, you can certainly fly back up and attack. It was getting very bright overhead, but you're now, like, maxed out in power. You've eaten some monsters, so you're ready to
Feel amazing.
feel amazing.
Let's attack. Okay. I'm gonna spend 1 power to have 10. So would you please roll 1 extra d8 for me, please?
You got it.
Thanks.
And your extra one is a 1.
Okay, this is crazy. Hold on. Nope, I got 4 pairs. Yeah. Wait, but I can change one?
You can change 1, so you can get to a 3rd degree at least, which is nice.
I would
You're
like
so
to...
good.
What's that?
You're just so good at eating the dirty dirt people.
Yeah. It's really good to have a lot of pairs when you eat dirty dirt people, but not so good when you're trying to...
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make it a triple trophy because I like vindictiveness.
Amen. Okay, go ahead and roll me 2 d8s.
Oh, wow. 4.
There you go. All right. So, Tongart, go ahead and expend that other 5 power and give me a spellcasting roll to try to keep this going between both of them. Wow.
All right. Really not a great roll. I have 2 pair. A pair of trinket and a pair of coinage.
Are you going to leave it there, Tongard? So
Right now, I sort of have to.
understood. So,
I mean, sorry. This is to maintain my concentration on their spell, right?
it's kind of it's not exactly concentration, but you'll. Oh wait. What's the thing of your magical fortitude?
It's
would
a
resist
resistant
an
effect that would
effect.
end.
You know what? Reroll once without expending power.
Okay.
This is not so much an effect that would end the spell, but since you're oh, you know what? Since you added a new thing in, I'll say that's like an effect that could have complicated this for you.
Okay. Well,
Didn't help. Yeah. Okay.
we've got 3 pair. Oh, we've got 4 pair now.
Is one of those pair gemstones?
It is.
Well, then we'll call that okay. So as you, with your shining bright, just focusing, and honestly, 2, maybe multiple successes is good because you're trying to split your focus a little. You do manage to imbue this. So Elon, go ahead and let's do a big breath. I'll do the same for Hygareth. And Lord Buku, you're gonna go ahead and do a fine motor skills, but this one's harder because you're trying to catch like from the field. You know, last time you were there at the source and you got it. Now you're around. Also, you don't have to do that again if you don't want to go close to him. That's also fine. If you're like, I'm just gonna let this out.
I'm going into attack, so it's fine.
Cool. So yeah, go ahead and do.
Is he starting to look a little blurry? Like, is the penumbra starting to come out?
You saw
like,
something.
Should I wait? Should I wait? Like, should I hold back? I'm thinking maybe I should hold back and really snap up that penumbra.
You began to see some shimmer with the last one. You think you need to hit it really hard, but the fact that Hygareth is also doing it now means that you guys might be, like, you might be in a position to steal the penumbra after this volley. If you and Hygareth and Lord Buku all like get through and really hit hard.
All right, I just don't want to. I don't want to. You don't want to miss your shot, right? Like.
Yeah. I've always found
Fair
that you miss
gemstone?
100. What's that?
Fair gemstone.
Understood. Pair of gemstone. Gemstone's good for catching the flame. Let's see how our friends do here. Oh well, all right, Hygareth, that's not bad.
Okay.
How'd you do?
Triple trophy.
Triple trophy. Roll 2d8. Ooh! Hygareth just... So Hygareth got a 4th degree success in coinage and rolled a 6, 7, and 8 on the 3 damage dice for the 4th degree success.
And I rolled a 13.
13. And 6, 7, and 8 is 21, so 13 plus 21 is 30. Okay, now we're okay. Now we're doing some stuff here. But Lord Buku, we're not done with this sort of radiant power that has been done. So Lord Buku will say that you just managed to catch a little bit, and now you're flying it again. I think you're maybe beginning to get the sense that there are sort of vulnerable spots, but this is not really a giant. This is a swirling, shadowy mass, so kind of just dealing that light. And also, as you do it, like, you are seeing like the shadow begin to swirl off it as Elon's mighty blast and then the other one from Hygareth kind of, catching it. Like, it's definitely like this is doing some stuff to it. You also do see that penumbral glow beginning to intensify.
All right, I'd like to any weak spot then. Try and target that.
Lord Buku, thanks to what XigXag has been doing, there is a space where you might be able to like break the shadow. You might be able to break the sort of line of the shadow if you want to go for that wrist.
I do, and I'll spend 2 power to give myself a full 10.
I love it.
I also I don't know if this is possible, but I'll also afterwards I'd love to be able to try to sneak to like a blind spot of hits, if that's available.
We can do you could try a sneak afterwards. That's fine.
That's what I was thinking.
Make your
triple talisman.
Triple talisman. Okay, roll your 2d8. And I'm actually gonna hold. Actually, wait. Before you tell me what that is, or you can tell me. I have to do math. Hold on. Okay. It's 8 times 4 rate. I just want to do stuff like this in my head, but I can't. Okay. Roll your 2d8. It would be really cool to roll high here for you guys if you're able to.
Oh, I rolled so high.
You rolled high?
3 damage. 3 damage.
Oof. Okay, so the good news is
Three is better than nothing.
You know what, Lord Buku? I'm going to give you.
I won.
Lord Buku, I'm going to give you an unusual opportunity if you would like it. I don't even know how much power you have. You may be super low, and this is super deadly or super dangerous. You can spend 3 power to re-roll your damage if you'd like to.
Sure, why not?
Because I think we'll even say, since this is precision, you're kind of watching it as you're carving it in. You're beginning to see that like the penumbra's almost starting to glow, and you do feel like if you could just like sever through some of this shadowy thing, you might actually kind of like trigger some result and give it some.
I will go ahead and make this attempt.
All right.
Yeah, Buku seeing like how close we're getting and that we probably can't survive too much longer anyway. We've survived a lot on luck and wit, so they'll take a risk. 12 damage.
12.
Ooh.
12 was.
Double sixes. Do they explode? Do they have exploding dice?
They don't explode, but they don't need to, because literally they had put up 58 points of this radiant damage, and once you get to 70 of that, that's what I said based on the thing. 12 is literally what you needed.
Yes.
Based on how much just general damage had been done up to this point, I was like, if they can get to 70 of that. So basically, at this point, Lord Buku Bazan, leaning in, cuts into the hand that Shishido is on, and Lord Buku, you're suddenly like awash in this shadowy energy that's pushing you back, kind of knocking you backwards. Forget your sneaking, just give me a dodge roll to just like kind of swirl out of the way
Sure.
of it.
Triple coinage and triple talisman.
Triple coinage and triple talisman. Talisman is protection. You should go with that one. And yeah, you don't get like swirled up. You're able to get out of that shadow, and now you're kind of, you're kind of like half rolling, half free falling, but you've done some stuff. And there was also a very tremendous like energy kind of, you all sense that something just happened when Lord Buku did that. When that hand got cut into, the penumbra is now very visible and present and kind of pulsing. And Elon and Tongar, you suspect that now would be the time that capturing it into one of those crystals is possible. That's the good
I'd
news.
like to keep my eye on what's his name, the big dragon.
On Hygareth, you want to sort of watch what
Hygareth.
Hygareth's doing. Hygareth sees this, and Hygareth is saying, actually, Hygareth, you don't even need to keep an eye on. Hygareth says, quickly, the device. She's like, use it now or give it to me. Someone, do something. In response to this, Iador sort of staggering back, feeling the penumbra, and there is this odd sensation of the shadow like stepping out of its glow. There's this kind of like, it almost hurts your eyes. It's just that kind of like after imagey feeling of you're sort of seeing this purplish glow, this whitish purple glow around it as it's like this dark space moving within it. And it looks from its wrist, and then it kind of looks out, and you hear the voice saying, "You think you have a chance of defeating your creator? You think I do not know everything you've done, everywhere you've been? You think I cannot feel it?"
There's a little part of Shishu, upon hearing that, is like flattered that Iador is one of her followers.
You're a
Also,
follower.
yeah,
Yeah.
Elon. There's a tiny part of Elon that's like, it's kind of like what I always wanted my dad to say.
Well, my friend Iador, I think you'll find that if you talk to the Boteros, both of them are entirely self-made. I myself just sort of go with the flow.
Perfect. All right.
Greatness was born in me,
So at this point,
or not.
I'm going to sort of... We're going to kind of loosen the sort of rough initiative we've been using here.
Okay.
So Tongart and Elon, you have done this. Now, you do think that at this point, the penumbra is capturable, even though Iador... Like, you knew that, like, Iador wouldn't be... you could do it... You could either do it once Iador's destroyed right away, or you could do it partially through the fight. You've kind of knocked Iador to the point where it's available. So, if you want to try it, you can do that now. Elon, you certainly think you're going to need to do more breathing, kind of like... This weapon is in the hand of two people who are very critical for this, kind of like this light situation to work.
Remind me about these devices real quick. Are they
It's
like
literally just a crystal, and you've been told the activation word.
Yeah,
and
right,
it
right.
was,
But are they
It's Ketwup. The command word is Ketwup.
But are they like one-time use, or are they like ghost traps and Ghostbusters, and we can just keep throwing them out?
They're that. They're the second
Okay.
one you said. And you don't think doing both of them will, like, you need to just, like, one of them needs to be activated and capture the thing.
I will attempt to
go for it.
capture it.
Can I
as soon
try
as
to
possible.
assist? Anyway, to help? Anyhow?
You could try to assist. I'm not sure, honestly, how an assistance would happen. It is just kind of. I mean, Elon, you're supposed to say Ktwup.
What?
All right, so Elon just activates this thing, and you all see the penumbra beginning to like fold and bend and pull, and Iodor is like fighting against it, screaming, "No, how dare you!" So as the penumbra begins to pull in towards Elon, who is holding up this tiny, crystal between two talons, probably. There may
Can
be
I get
a way.
ready for
Yeah.
the other dragon to pull some shenanigans?
So you want to watch? You want to watch Hygareth?
Yes, I'd like to get
Understood.
us like kind of close and like ready
So
to
if
intercept
you sort of
and do
like
some
flew
shit.
to fly to Hygareth to try to stop that XigXag. I know you were also watching Hygareth. Do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the assistance you're providing.
I
as
just
proof.
want to position myself that Hygareth makes a move, or
Yeah,
kind of like.
yeah.
All right. Then at this point, Iodor, screaming in rage, having already checked one thing, is going to make the following roll. Get 7 dice on this. Hold on. Get 7 dice. Dang. All right, that's a lot of 2s. Coinage, greed. Actually, greed is Iodor's love language. So as this is happening, as this is pulling, I hadn't brought this up earlier just because I was like, I didn't want to lampshade this too much. But a funny thing happens. Because Tongard, your hands are made of shadow ooze.
That is true.
And your hands grab the other crystal and activate it as well. Thus kind of like diluting the kind of pulling it into like suddenly Elon you see as Tongard is holding his out almost to his surprise.
Well, that's unacceptable.
And Hygareth says, do not activate them both, turn it off.
I don't seem to have control of my digits.
Can I try to shoot it out of his hand?
And can I try and catch it?
Out of Tongard's hand, absolutely. XigXag, give me a breath arrow. Some precision is necessary.
Can I catch it
Okay.
if it falls out?
You absolutely
How
can
many
attempt that, yeah.
points? It's like 3 points per extra die.
2 points per extra die.
And hold on, but I don't get a penalty here, right?
You don't have any penalties here, no. The only
So-
penalty you would get is that it's a small target, but I'm willing to waive that penalty because
So
based on how
that's
you roll, you might be hitting Tongard a little too, and that's funny to me.
so it's like I'm gonna 2, 4, 8, full 10.
Perfect, full 10, let's do it. Yeah, you only need to spend 2 to get to full 10 for you there, which is nice.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, because you have 9 in your
Okay.
breath arrow.
Oh.
And meanwhile, Lord Buku, you're just like swooping down to try to grab. Lord Buku, if you want to, you can make your. I think it's fine motor skills to catch a thing. If you want to pitch something else, you could.
I think that works for me.
So it's 5 of trinket.
Wow.
5 in trinket,
Wow.
and
Plus
the fact
double weapon and double talisman.
that
Whoa.
the fact that it is a trinket, like that it's like a little thing. So basically Tongard, and I would imagine Tongard in a sort of like Tongard's body is very fine with this, So basically, as you've held this out,
It's like
yeah, it hits it and it tumbles downward into the thing. Some of the penumbras pulling off. Lord Buku, you're going to swoop and try to grab. I feel like it's fine motor skills, but if you want to pitch something else, I'm open to it.
Fine motor skills is great. Only a triple success, but a triple success in gemstone.
As gemstone, you get to it, and I will say that with that, you're able to both catch and flick off the penumbra, and with that, Elon, you are pulling it in all on your own.
Wow.
Elon, I guess make a, I mean, really, you just gotta, it's just kind of like a, Elon, give me an endurance roll to just hold. I won't even have it be like a physical, I won't have it like a strength thing, just give me the, you know, it's the holding the proton pack long enough as the, to continue Pierce's, Ghostbusters reference.
Let's do. Okay. Let's spend 5 to re-roll. Okay. Pair of trinket.
With a pair of trinket, just holding on as well as you can. Just, you know, it's like it's tough, and it's almost like weighing you down. But the penumbra is ultimately sucked into that.
I would like to see.
Yeah.
If I can use the power trapped in there to superpower a wish.
Fucking Alon.
Whoa.
Wow.
That was coming.
I think that is absolutely something that you could try to channel the wish through that. So what is the wish you're going to make, Elon Buteros?
I have like 3 wishes that I'm not. I feel like I have all of these thoughts at once, and I think that you should choose the one that is most interesting to you.
Oh my god.
Well, I will say that in that case, Elon, just it's as if you say them all, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Perfectly.
Okay. The first wish. Well, it's really just 2, I think.
Yeah.
The first wish is to form an entity that benefits all of us, that makes a percentage of every dragon's horde in existence paying to us.
Not against this. I'm not
is
against this.
The Amway, the royalty wish. That's one.
There was a famous dragon named Ponzi.
Yeah. The second wish is that
This
my
is the
parents-
office space of wishes.
Basically,
My
all
second wish is
hordes
that-
exist on the Apple platform.
Yes. Yeah. I just want to take a cut. The second wish is that my parents love me.
Oh.
Okay. So
I
Elon,
think that's it. I think that's
you are
it.
going
I
to.
think.
Wait,
I
does
mean, and the
Elon
third-
know that his parents didn't love him?
And then the third,
Mhm. Oh, okay.
I feel. I think that the third would be he would think this, that we go back to the way things used to be.
Oh. Retcon the whole thing. No.
Wow.
I think that he thinks I think that's a truth for him. I think that he wants.
So Elon, you have stolen the penumbra from Iador. The penumbra of Iador, as has been described to you by Henry Lovestone, is a rather tremendous amount of energy. It's a rather powerful thing. And Wenha has granted you a wish, and you are now on the cusp of defeating something powerful, thus you've risen to that thing. The only fly in the ointment, and based on your dice, I'm not too worried about this working for you, but we do need one roll from you, and that is a spell casting roll. You may add your disruption, so that will get you, it will get you to the max of 10. But this is for you to actually imbue your wish with that power, as you just kind of like, whether you state or just emote all of this that you desire so greatly.
Okay.
Oh no.
I immediately though I was like, I really want to combine these first 2 wishes that Elon receives a fractional percentage of love.
Of his parents.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's also very good. I don't know. I can't. These 3, they're all horrible.
I am dying. That's hilarious.
Okay.
Wow. I actually love the first wish. Because, like, yes, great idea.
You guys,
Like, this is literally what my child's book this morning I read. They had to redefine as they were going into basically detonating a bomb on their enemies. That we fight the Yerks, we don't become the Yerks. So our final act here is to just become Iador.
Yeah,
Well,
100%.
we're not we're just taking a percentage off the top. We're not imposing any
Yes.
restriction on who they become.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Okay.
I mean, for
I'm
all
sort
the
of, I'm a
work
little
we've
more
done,
on,
it
I'm a
would
little
be
more on board.
quite fair, you know.
I'm a little more on board now.
There's a price for freedom.
3 plus
It's
4.
not what they say.
Okay. Okay. All right. That that was worth the 7 power.
he spent 7 because he re-rolled and kept 4 is what it sounds like he just did.
Yes, I have a sextuple talisman.
Sextuple.
Oh my god.
Magic
Sextuple.
and magic recklessness.
All right.
Miracle.
Oh my god.
Elon is doing something very Elon-tastic. You hold this and like before Hygareth is still Hygareth like wants that, of course, and Hygareth's looking at it, but as she's kind of like, we must stop this, and as honestly Tongart like I was about to have you were about to sort of make a roll, then make a free reroll to like prevent him from like doing any sort of spell stuff with those hands, distracting you. That was happening, but that is all out the window thanks to Elon Puteros, who has innovated and disrupted this game in a rather tremendous way. With this wish, Elon, and with the power that you had already granted, but with this sort of supercharging, with a sextuple, with the just Elon style laser focus in what he wants, in this desire for just things to be great again, and for him to be rich and to get some of everything, and for his parents to love him, and it just to be how it was before everything went wrong, back when he still felt like he was the most important person. Wenha has given you a wish. You get a wish. And she will give you what you want. She doesn't trick. It's not a thing. Unfortunately, what you want is a problem. I hesitate to say this because I may need to think about it a little bit. But as Elon casts this wish, Tongart, Shishu, Lord Buku, and XigXag, you all look at him and you can tell that he has just used that wish. The wish that you all have. Have any of you used your wish?
No.
Mm-mm.
All right. I know it is 9:50.
Keep going.
What are all of your detect vibe power levels in detect vibe? 2? Okay. Lord Buku, go ahead and
Where
make
is
it.
that? Where
It's
is
under
I have a
will.
person
It's
of
under three.
8.
You have a
I have a person of 8.
This is really more the vibe because it's not it's what he's. It's not even
3.
what he's doing. It's like 3. Go ahead and you both make a detect vibe roll. Tongart, you've got a 6. Go ahead and you can do it. Shishu, what do you have?
I mean, I know my brother really well, but my detect vibe is kind of low.
Roll 3 dice. Let's just see how you do. This feels yeah.
I
No
got
pairs.
nothing.
No pairs, yeah. Unlikely any of you would get a pair at this. It's fine.
No straights either.
I'm just gonna find a way to make it about me.
That'll be honestly, you may just be like when you're hearing him saying stuff about parents' love and go back to how it was. You may be like, okay, Tongart, how did we do?
Can we hear him?
Terror talisman.
You probably can hear some. You maybe even see him saying, "I wish." You maybe witness that. But wishes happen at the speed of thought, and there's nothing you can do to stop except for Tongart, who can feel reality warping and resetting in such a way that Tongart understands that the wish that you all got innately from Wenha is about to go away. because Elon is making everything go back to how it was. You're not going to have your wish anymore in a moment. Tongard, with a sense of that, if you want to wish something right now, you might. You don't know what Elon has done, but with this sense, you could put, just if you have a wish, if you want to say it, you can feel that you're about to not have the chance.
I wish to go back in time 15 seconds.
Tongard goes back in time 15 seconds. Tongard, your wish has been expended. Elon has succeeded at catching the penumbra. And you know what he's about to do. You can feel what he's about to do. What are you doing, Tongard Lasso?
Do the rest of us feel that some time shift happened or something?
The rest of you feel nothing.
Mm.
With your 2s and 3s in detect vibe, it just didn't, yeah.
I am just going to just book it as fast as I can to Elon. And just put my hand on his, on the crystal. I'm not trying to pull it away from him, I'm just putting it on it.
Okay.
And I just want to look in Elon's eyes. And I just want to say, you're holding a lot of power. And you can use it to reach your heart's desires, or you can use it to build something better. The past is not usually the answer to making something better. Innovation is the answer. Innovators get remembered. I'm just going to take my hand off.
And then I yell across the Tongard, remember what happened when I tried to take away his sword? So, have fun.
Elon, what do you do?
Say, but I'm broken. And then I do it. But I think that I don't. Oh, the innovation. I think that I don't do that last wish because of that.
For things to go back the way they are, the way they were.
Yeah.
Understood. Well.
Can I make a quick plea to Wenha in the ring?
Sure.
I just ask her to talk to Elon. Figure I only have enough time to notice he's going to do something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably going to be the some wish thing. So
Some crazy
I'll just ask her to talk to Elon.
Wenha will sort of, you'll hear Wenha cheerily saying, "Oh, well, I never tell anyone what to do with their wish. And he's about to do a big one, and he's supercharging it very cleverly. But I'll try to make it as painless on everyone else as I can."
And then I'll say back to her, then you can take my wish to do just that. And I'll add my wish to whatever he's doing.
Understood. The crystal is suddenly empty. Iador is still there. The shadows are still present. but he has it's in his confusion and in his everything. He's sort of looking around, not certain what's just happened, knowing it's wish stuff. Is what has happened? Something seems. Regardless of what's going on with you people, she's not connected to it. She wouldn't have had any sense of it. Hygareth lets loose a blast from her mouth still. Tongert, actually, would you give me a spell casting?
Sure.
He's not gonna even, he's not preventing that anymore because he's too distracted. This is just if you think you would be keeping the thing up.
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
That is a triple coinage.
Triple coinage. All right. Isidor's gonna roll 4 more dice here. That's pretty high. So basically, Iador kind of, as Iador's doing this, Hygareth is just like you see another just gout of that sort of radiant flame hit into Iador, who's now, you got the penumbra and then wishes were done, and suddenly defeating the sort of conqueror of your world and the one who's done this is almost an afterthought for you. And as Iador is kind of like blasted by this and just screaming and the shadow beginning to dissipate. Elon, you have a strange sensation. A sensation of wealth. Wealth that you've never felt before. Wealth untold. Wherever you keep your hoard, wherever you, on Wyrmloth, wherever it is you retain your wealth, you feel like you need to go there right away. You want to see it. Because you can feel it building. And we will see how that goes next time.
Oh boy.
Had Tongart not done what he did, things would have been that did alter the course of that pretty substantially.
What a great wish.
But then Lord Buku has done it in another way. Yeah.
Great wishes, Alon. Great wish, Tonga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was really well done.
really well done. And Shishu's busy trying to find her light.
She's like, oh my god, I look so good in the glow of this divine fire.
I look good after I have like a primal fury.
Exactly.
Like it really
You
is.
relate.
Yeah, it's really glow.
Wow.
Yeah.
We do have a shared hoard.
You do have a shared hoard, that is true. So
Do we all have that feeling that Alon had?
I suppose you all do, actually. Elon probably has it at first, but influx of wealth. You all are feeling that sort of this sudden influx. This sort of like massive alteration in your fortune.
That's massive.
We will.
Oh boy.
We will see what has happened of this in our next session. Your first wish, I knew how that would affect things. The wish without that last part is actually, interestingly, harder to figure out. But I think I know what has happened, and it is, well, Lord Buku, you put some gravy on it at the end to dampen some trouble. So we'll see. At this point, however, thank you all for watching. We'll kind of get through our wrap up here quick because I know it's late. Go to our Discord to watch, to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our wiki to see how all this goes together. Please, we have some other games. Tomorrow night we're definitely doing Cold. We're going to the Jotunverse. It's been a runaway victory. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. We can finally see the Count Crunchenstein, or the Castle Crunchenstein, whatever in the Jotunverse is the cereal world. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Castle Crunchenstein. I think it's Count Crunch, like
Yeah,
however
Count
we-
Crunchy. Yeah.
Definitely.
And then
Dracula or
on
something.
Wednesday we're back with more. You can see a couple of these people below me on that game. We're back with more The Deck of Long Lost Things, where we had some fun fights and some who do we trust? Oh, never mind, this guy's dead. Let's just head off anyway situations. On Friday we have one of our there are 4 episodes remaining of Blood from a Stone. Episode 166, I guess, is this coming Friday. The past one was real good. Boy, did I make Lauren mad at the end of it. She was furious. It was just a real treat. So come check that out. And then hopefully a week from tonight, we should be back with more of this, which is we've entered a new phase, and I think we're kind of at the end of this because a mission has just been accomplished in a very substantial way at interesting cost. So come join us for that. Everyone, please follow all these wonderful people. What are you guys up to this week, everybody? If you want to plug any stuff you're doing.
Anna, how long do we have to order your book?
Order it now.
It's
'cause
out, right?
It's dropping on Tuesday. Tuesday's the pub date. Eat Happy Italian.
I
I
think
saw her open
Amazon
the-
is
I saw her
already
open the
mailing
box.
it mine.
There.
Yeah.
Some people have already received theirs. I've
Ooh.
received pictures of people holding their books.
Yeah,
And
Amazon tends to.
okay, good. This week, if you post about the book or take a picture of yourself holding it, I'm giving away an entire leg of prosciutto.
Whoa!
One lucky winner.
That's a lot of
A
prosciutto.
lot of ham.
Just hang
A lot of ham.
it from the shower rail.
Hang it from the
It's
thing.
the bathroom
Put it on a thing.
bathroom ham, like in the
Yeah,
only
murders. That's what I'm
murders.
thinking. Amazing. Very cool. That's awesome.
So please, thank you, and thank you for your support. This because I've been talking about nothing but this book for like a year. So thank you.
Finally, that.
Yeah.
Phew.
Who's next? Who?
Andrew.
Yeah, so Piers
doing
and I will
something.
be doing parallel play on Tuesday afternoon once we figure out when it's gonna happen.
You should follow Andrew in the chat. Andrew, try and follow his channel. You'll get the live notification of whenever we figure out what will work
And
on Tuesday.
then and then as soon as we figure out what game we're playing, then we will also be doing things with Jed as well.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
just
something
so
else.
we're
by the way,
doing at some
we're
point.
doing Lorelei
I-
and the Laser Eyes, which is turning out to be a surprisingly interesting,
yeah, it's got real interesting.
like creepy pastiche kind of puzzly game.
And it's deceptive. At first, you think it's just all like number math puzzles, but it really starts to become like logic and all kinds of other stuff mixed in with just numbers, and it's really well designed.
Yes, it's very
it's
creepy.
fun. You doing anything, Jed?
No.
Cool.
At some point I will be.
All right.
I'm going to be playing games with Andrew at some point whenever
Sure.
we figure out what we're going to play or when we're going to play it.
Yeah.
But it's on the docket, so
Yes.
I did just notice that Diablo 4 is now on Game Pass, so if that's cross-playable,
Ooh.
we could all 4 of us. jump in.
Ooh,
I would really very much
ooh.
like to play Diablo 4 and stream about it, and then never work a real job ever again.
That I mean, isn't that it? Like that's the whole thing.
That last
yeah.
part is a
Let's
really
do that.
critical element.
Yeah.
I just
I'm just gonna say it sounds better than it actually is. Typically, but
That's true. That is live that
bad.
life.
I'm just saying it sounds better than it might actually be.
yeah.
Uh,
Live that life.
And I'm gonna quickly Manzukis a movie about giants,
Ooh.
giant things. So I'm just gonna make the obvious one. It's not actually a recommendation because I try to make this stuff that people haven't seen, but the best movie about fighting giant things is Pacific Rim, but we've all seen Pacific Rim. But I'm gonna go with actually Monsters, Gareth Evans' first
sure.
film with Scoot McNairy, about sort of some monsters in like a quarantine zone in Mexico.
The shockingly micro-budget film. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like $250,000 for a movie that has effects that would rival like stuff that like Weta's doing now. Like it's ludicrous.
It's pretty wild.
It's a fascinating like road trip monster movie. It's good.
There you go.
Also, I'll Manzukis. We just watched. Well, I rewatched, and my kids watched. Princess Mononoke. So if you like,
Oh, that's
good.
such a
So
good.
good.
dismemberment, yeah, there's a lot of dismemberment in it.
What? Your kids are kind of young for that, huh?
Well, I mean, it was just the older one that watched it, the 10-year-old.
Have you seen
Oh,
the
okay.
Spirited
But-
Away, which is absolutely
Well,
my absolute
that's
favorite.
also on the docket. But
Oh, it's so good.
it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful
right.
and strange and
I'm-
creepy and nuanced.
I'm gonna follow up on this, Andrew. If you're going through a Ghibli thing right now with your kids, it's a long trek out, and it's only for like another 3 days. But there is a donut shop in Long Beach that is like a Ghibli-inspired donuts right now as their theme. So they have like Totoro one, or they have they're all like a bunch of.
Wow.
They
I'll
look
take-
excellent.
My friends
will
were
take
in
my daughter
Japan
there.
and brought me back the little black thing from, I think it's Spirited. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
from the Ghibli store over
The
there.
museum.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Just a black
Yeah.
thing with 2 ears and things. But anyway,
There you go.
That wasn't a criticism about your kids being too young, by the way. It's just like I feel like it's gonna be hitting them so hard. At
Oh
that
no,
age.
no, it's
So much
like,
going
it's
on.
It's surprisingly graphic in a non-graphic way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like there's really like, I mean, there are so many arms that fall off in that movie. It's really kind of amazing.
Fall off.
I will say also, like, Billy Crudup, I mean, for all of his problematic things, is very good
He's
in
incredible.
it. Yeah, he's really good.
Well,
the sledge was really creepy. I remember that. And I
Minnie
think it was
Driver
old-
also amazing.
Oh, so great.
there you
Yeah.
go. Well,
That made me happy to
a
hear
lot,
about
a
it,
lot,
it's
a lot of
not
things
okay.
to watch. A lot of recommendations. Anyone else? Gonna throw one out. Vanda, you want to throw anything out there?
Yep.
Very good. Well,
then drive.
guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been delightful. Boy, was that a chill fight that had a real left turn right at the end there. That was pretty
Yeah.
good. So thanks for checking that out. We will see you next time. Until then, like the dragons of today, a wish is a dream your wing makes.
Oh.